everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over guild tasks. Guild tasks were one of the main things that were changed in Gems of War in 2016. It used to have a much different system than what it currently has now. And one really good thing about the current system is it is a lot more beneficial for newer players and newer guilds compared to the previous system. So we're going to be going over basically every single thing related to it. This is going to be including things like what every single guild task is, as well as the payout and drop rates of legendary tasks. So let's go into that. First, we're going to be going straight into the tasks here. Every single task will give you two things, a reward and EXP. Whatever star it is, it just gives that amount of EXP to the corresponding color of the guild guardian, which eventually is a certain amount of EXP will then give it the level, which will give you additional bonuses. And one thing to note about these tasks is that regardless of if you contribute all the gold to it, some of the gold, or none of the gold, every single member within the guild will be getting the task. Normally it is good to help out some, but you technically could do very little contributions and still reap all of the rewards from it. Some guilds have minimum for this. More casual guilds are just whatever they happen to have as set. Normally more like about 10,000 or just whatever. Normally a bigger guild will be more like about 100,000, and the biggest guilds will normally have a 300,000 or 500,000 minimum gold per week. But this just helps to give everyone free stuff, as this is one of the easiest ways to get resources and be able to play this game 100% free to play is off of these guild task rewards. So we're going to be going now over every single one of these. Every single one of these, of course, drop different things. They also drop different bonuses and will be helping you throughout the entire game. So let's just start all the way from left to right and just go down the line. As you can see here, we have a lot of information on screen, and we're going to be starting down the middle. Of course, right at the top there is the level of your guild guardian, as well as how much EXP it needs to the next level. You heard it say earlier on the guild task, you saw all those little stars. Well, it just gives EXP based on that corresponding star. So the red task gives the red stars, and however many number it had there is just going to give that much EXP towards your next level. The next one down is the fire mastery. This will help increase your mana search chance whenever you take 3 pairs of red in the game. One thing to note is that this, as well as guild guardians in general, all cap out at level 200. Next is the bonus that they give. This bonus is different for every single guardian in the game. This one starts at a base value of 1% and gains an additional one every single 20 levels. And this is for tribute chance. Tribute chance triggers whenever you have every single hour you can take tribute from your home kingdom, and that rolls your tribute chance for every single kingdom you have, and this just increases the chance that you will be getting a tribute. And now we have some other information on the sides. All the way to the top left are what it visually looks like. They do visually upgrade every single 20 levels. They just look a little bit nicer until the final level of 100, as well as the underneath it is the total amount that you'll be getting when you complete out all the tasks. Over to the right is the total amount of gold. The middle right, that is the total amount of gold in which it will require to be able to get all of these. This is exactly the same. Every single guardian's value and costs are exactly the same for all 6 of them. And all the way to the right are just the tasks amount that you'll get for every single one. For the 0 being the very first one, and 11 of course being the last one to complete out all 12 tasks. From the red, we mainly get glory and the gem keys, both of which are very nice to have. Glory will that 360 glory will easily be able to use to get your troop, and the gem keys will of course just drop ultra rare and higher, which will be fairly useful when going through the game. Red, you will normally just distribute, or just with guardians in general, you generally distribute them all evenly, except for a few exceptions, which I will mention later. The only time you'd ever really want to get the red guardian finished first is if you're an extremely big guild that ends up completing every single task immediately. You'll want to complete the red one fairly quick because it will give you that bonus 3 attack. But of course, unless you can actually complete all of the tasks, all that gold, you will not actually be able to get that bonus. So let's go now into the next one. So we're going to be going now into the blue guardian. Blue Guardian is actually the absolute best one that you can be doing if you are a smaller guild. If you want to put any more extra gold into any of them and you didn't know which of the 6, it is definitely the Blue Guardian. The main reason for this is it mainly gets gems, lots and lots of gems. Everything it drops is gems as you do the tasks, and of course gems is the premium currency in this game, so being able to accumulate a bunch of gems will help you in getting things like the 500 gem armors, a lot of gem keys, and just everything like that. And it has one of the best values of any of the guardians in the game. Similarly, all guardians gain +1 mastery every single level, though this one does gain a 5% every 10 levels towards your EXP. EXP just helps level up your hero whenever you're killing enemies. One thing to note about EXP in this game is it is based on enemy killed, not per win. So if you kill like 3 enemies, let's say, during a battle, maybe they didn't have a full team, you'd get EXP based on that. If it's a full team of 4, you get a little bit more EXP. If they have some kind of summoning troop and you somehow get 10 kills in a match, you'll be getting EXP even more for that. It's based on per kill, not per match. And that is about it. As you can see, all the other data is there. And let's go now into the next one. So next is the Green Guardian, mainly based around maps and event keys. Sometimes you may want to focus down this Guardian if there's like a really good event key drop, because the event keys every single week that changes what's going to be in the drop for them. This week it was Yarrow Fire Mantle, who isn't that good of a drop, so you can just save your keys and you wouldn't need to do the Green Guardian excessively. But like 2 weeks ago it was Glacial Peak, which had things like Queen Mab and Borealis. That would have been a time where you may have wanted to do green tasks a little bit more because they are better legendaries. But anyways, as you can see, we get a lot of extra map turns. It starts at a base of 1, and every single 20, it gains an extra turn on map. Map, of course, is a treasure map minigame. In Zolkari, you spend a map, you then get to play a little minigame that gives you basically every single resource in the game, and having additional map turns will assist you greatly in being able to just accumulate more rewards whenever you go through maps. So let's go into the next one now. The Yellow Guardian here. Yellow, every single 10 levels, it will be getting an extra 1% towards its tribute amount. Tribute amount is, of course, if you go to any of the kingdom's tribute page and you see what their tribute actually is, that is their tribute. So let's say they had a tribute of, let's say, like 100 gold, we'd be getting 10 extra gold with this 10% bonus. And one thing about this that's pretty good compared to the Red Guardian is the fact that we will be getting that bonus on every single tribute that we get, whereas the red one's just going to be increasing the tribute chance. So this one will help us out a little bit more in that regard. But other than that, it pretty much just drops glory keys. Glory keys will just drop every single troop in the game, rare and higher, of course not commons. And it's not as good as the drop rate of gem keys, but you do get to accumulate a lot more of them. So let's go into the next one now. This one you won't normally have to do too much unless you're a really big guild. If you're a really big guild that completes out every single task every single week, you'll want to do this one first because it does give a magic bonus, which is really big. But if you're a smaller guild, you won't really need to be doing the Purple Guardian that much, the purple tasks. The main reason for this is you're only going to be getting souls from this. You can get souls from so many other means, and just doing a single arena run will likely give you a better payout than however far your guild is going to get on this task. But of course, it gives pure souls every single it also gives you that bonus every single 10 levels. It is given an additional 5% to your souls you get whenever you kill an enemy. Some things like Valkyrie, White, Banshee, Dragon Soul, and other troops also give you souls every single time you cast them, and that increases that amount in all the battles you do. And it also increases how many you would get when doing arena, as well as any other soul gains directly related to battle. And yep, that's everything with that. And the last and final Guardian here, we have the Brown. So one thing to note about this is, as a very weird bonus for its unique bonus, the glory bonus, it only gets it every 50 levels. So only at level 50 and then at level 100, which is the biggest gap that any of them have, but is a pretty good one. It gives bonus glory every single time that you win a PvP match. PvP, of course, is whenever you go into the PvP screen, you wouldn't want to do the casual one. You'd want to go over to all the way to the left, which is normal PvP. And normally it'll show how much glory you get on them, and and this will be increasing that amount either by 1 if it's level 50 or higher, or by 2 if it's level 100 or higher, which is quite a bit because you can normally take like 1 or 2 trophies and get a lot more payout because you're going to be getting the glory based on the battle. It's not related at all to the difficulty of the battle. Also, one thing to really note about this task is it actually gives a lot of gold keys, and the blue one and the brown one are actually the absolute best tasks to do. The main reason for this is, of course, blue is because it's gems, and the brown one is actually because it gives gold keys for the first 6 levels. Gold keys have a chance of giving you gold, and you're actually going to get extremely good value out of all of the gold key drops from this, because if every single one of your guild mates were to contribute all the gold that they get from opening up these gold keys, you could almost pay up all the way to the level 6 on it without even spending any money, because you'll be getting more gold from the gold keys, which then if everyone just spends that, then you'll just be getting it right back into the task, and that would almost give all, if not more than all, of the gold you would need to complete it out, or at least up to the glory keys, in which it would damper off some. Glory keys do have a chance of giving gold, but compared to how many gold keys this thing gives, it's not going to give nearly as much gold. So up to 6 it'll go pretty quick, and then everything after that it will be a little bit slower on it. And of course they just increase in value anyways over that, so they would be slower anyways in that regard. One other thing to mention about these is if you are a guild that is getting fairly close, let's say like you get every single one to like 9 or 10, maybe even 8 you might be able to do it to. One thing that you can do because of the cost is 1 week maybe just go all the way up to like 5 or 6, coordinate it with your guild, and then the next week you will actually be able to get them all the way up, and that will then unlock you not only all of the bonuses at the bottom that each one has, but on top of that it would also allow you to then do legendary tasks. Legendary tasks are pretty interesting in this game. They drop pretty much all of the better resources that you can possibly get. Over to the right there is the drop table for all of the legendary tasks. This was from the Gems of War community. Someone ended up getting a bunch of data and accumulating it just to see what the approximately what the drops are for everything, and there it is all the way over to the right. Something to note about this is it takes from the last table first. This means it draws from the third table, then the second table, then the first table, because you win 3 random rewards. It takes 1 from each of them, but it does start from the third table and works its way back. Another one is it does no duplicates. For example, if you got 60 gems on the third one, then you would not get the 35 gems on the second one. And other than that, you can see that their seals are at 0%. The main reason for this, I don't know if this is with consoles as well, but on PC and mobile, there's currently a glitch with how the seals work, so they end up just removing it from the drop table. There's also even a very small chance that you will get a mythic from it, which is kind of nice. So let's just go right here and complete this out for the 985,000, so I can kind of show you what a roll or 2 of these look like. So all you have to do is just complete this out. Similar to the other tasks, this does give it to every single member in the guild, regardless of if you did all the gold or if you did none of it. And one other thing to note about this is this does get reset every single day, not every single day, every single week on the Monday at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, just like all the other resets. So if you do get up to legendary tasks, unfortunately you do not get to keep this forever. It will be reset every single week, which is why I said you might be able to coordinate some weeks. Like 1 week you just do a little bit, and then the next week you actually try doing the legendary tasks. One thing to note about the legendary task payout right now is it's not really as worth it compared to all of the other tasks that you can do within your guild. So you don't really need to go out of your way to try to get to legendary tasks, but you may want to go out of your way to try to get these bonuses, because that can help you quite a bit in PvP and just in general in the game. So let's actually go over now into these legendary tasks. I believe someone else already had one, so this was the other one from earlier, and let's just see what we get. We will get, I see there's a troop there. I wonder if that'll actually be a mythic. Normally won't be. Nope, there's a bunny nog. We end up getting a legendary from the legendary task. How fitting. And let's see what's in this other one. Yep, glory keys, gem keys, and the event keys. And let me just bring up that table real quick, and you can kind of just compare all the drops to the tables. One thing, it feels like it's always keys from these things. That is one thing that's a little bit unfortunate about them. But anyways, that will pretty much do it for this video. If you guys have any other questions about legendary tasks, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Also, I haven't really done a formal thank you for 3,000 subscribers, so thank you everyone for 3,000 subscribers. It is greatly appreciated. We have been growing quite a bit recently, and I really appreciate all of your guys' support. Anyways, that'll wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful 2017.